John Mahama himself, because he is the only president to have lost an election and come back and win to become president. Again, John Mahama was elected president in 2012, lost his bid for a second term in 2016, went into opposition for 8 years, and has re-emerged to become president of this country once again. Thousands of dignitaries and supporters of the NDC have gathered here to witness this occasion. I can report to you that presidents from all over the world, especially from the African continent, and former presidents are also here to witness this occasion. President of Nigeria and chairman of ECOWAS, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is here. Former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, is also here. President of Kenya, Mr. William Ruto, is also here to witness this occasion of the swearing-in ceremony of John Dramani Mahama. Now, my colleagues Akosia Otre and Umaru Sanda have been speaking to some of these dignitaries, executives of the NDC. Akosia Otre spoke to executives of the NDC and other members of the NDC, while Umaru Sanda Amadu spoke to some members of parliament and other dignitaries.
You're beautifully dressed in your King Terry garden.
Thank you very much.
How do you feel about today? I know that you have been excited, but what's the
I feel humbled. I thank the good Lord. I think that this is the day the Lord has made and we are rejoicing in it. You know, I don't know, words fail me, but we are thankful to God.
There's a lot of expectations for the John Mahama administration.
Expectations are very high, and I am confident in my heart that expectations will be met. I have no doubt in my mind.
Right. One last thing. We saw yesterday the list of appointees to the office of the president. A lot of people were expecting you to be back. What's going on there? I'm
sure the same people will probably have other things to say. Never mind. I think that this is one of the greatest decisions ever. You can see that he's his legal advisor, the former Attorney General. We have our Chief of Staff, the Honorable Julius Debra. We have the Executive Secretary to the President, Dr. Callistus Mahama. You know, we have the acting spokesperson. I've had a very long spell, and I think that the President knows that I also need a break sometimes. So I think it is a fantastic choice, a fantastic team. I have no doubt in my mind that they'll do very, very well.
When you say you need a break, does that mean you need a break from the office of the president?
You can't always be on the first list. Okay. I think that so you know, look, the beauty about the NDC is that there's just so many people, so much talent. It's a large pool. I mean, think about it. I've been special aid spokesperson for just almost 10 years. I think that others should also take the lead. And Felix was actually a fantastic supporter and my deputy for all these years. He was deputy communications when we were in office, if you remember. He was actually spokesperson to the transition team. I think that this is a great team. You know, I'm filled with so much pride. And to be honest with you, if I didn't even take up any formal position, I will still be serving John Mahama. And I think it's an honor and a privilege that I hand over to such an amazing team.
On the edge, though I knew I could be part of the presidential team, but I wasn't too sure because it's the prerogative of the president. But I think in his wisdom, he believes that I could be able to hold his office together.
Was this a way to award you for the job that you have done, staying with the president all these years, from the time he was president 2012 to the time he went into opposition and now he's on? Is that a way to reward?
Not necessarily. It could be, but not necessarily. I think the main reason is that he's looking for people who can work.
What do you expect in the next 4 years? What do you personally hope to see?
Well, I know it's going to be a challenging 4 years, given the fact that we are still under an IMF program, the expectation from the NDC youth and Ghanaians, given the votes they gave to President Mahama and the number of seats his party won in Parliament. I believe there'll be a lot of pressure on him.
We'll now get into the swearing-in ceremony itself. First, the swearing-in and inauguration of Vice President of Professor Nana Jane Oboko Agyemang.
I, Professor Nana Jane Oboko Agyemang, do in the name of the Almighty God swear. Do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Republic of Ghana,
to the Republic of Ghana,
as by law established,
as by law established,
that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of Ghana,
the sovereignty and integrity of Ghana,
and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God.
So help me God.
And now the swearing-in ceremony
Dr. George
and address
Donko
of the President, John Dramani Mahama.
We have the
Your name.
John Dramani Mahama,
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Republic of Ghana,
to the Republic of Ghana,
as by law established,
that
I will uphold
and that I will uphold
the sovereignty and integrity of Ghana, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God.
So help me God. Together we can create a brighter future for our beloved Ghana, where unity, progress, and equality are not simply goals we are aiming for, but are the cornerstone of our society. Let's work hand in hand to foster these values and strengthen our nation for everyone. As we embark on this new chapter, I assure you that our decisions will champion diversity in all facets of governance, ensuring that every Ghanaian, regardless of your ethnicity, your gender, your age, your religion, or any background, will have the opportunity to contribute to our nation's story.
The President has now finished delivering his message to the nation. Let us now try and engage some of the people who were here to witness this and try to find out from them their takeaways from the President's speech to the country.
I'm not expecting an overnight turnaround, you know. I think the most important thing is the people. The people are happy. I mean, it was a sweep. I mean, it reminded me of what the Republicans did to Democrats in the United States. There was no competition, so obviously the people needed a change. I just expect them to just listen to the people, you know. I've been coming here every other month. I'm in Ghana 6 times a year. You know, the people are suffering. Okay. They're underpaid. There are no jobs. The economy's bad. And, you know, I think slowly but surely, you know, things will turn around.
You have a global following, and you keep tweeting about investing in Ghana and what it has cost you. Are you going to stop that now so that investor confidence, you can help investor confidence grow and then help President Mahama deliver on his promises? You're going to stop tweeting?
What? Stop tweeting about what? About my money?
Yeah.
That I invested in the gun? No, I'm not going to stop. Okay. I mean, it's, you know, what happened has happened. It could be fixed, you know. It was just out of the goodness of my heart that I did that. I didn't have to bring my money to Ghana. I did it because of the children, the kids that needed free education. That's why I did it, you know. So I'm not expecting Mohammed to like fix this. It wasn't his problem, you know. But I expect the Ministry of Finance to make some kind of adjustments because I'm not just the only one. I'm the only one with a voice. There are probably hundreds of thousands of other people that live in the diaspora, Ghanaians that live in Europe and United States that came and invested their money.
People from all walks of life have come here to witness this occasion of the inauguration of President Mahama. You have the business community also here. I see the president of the Ghana Freight Forwarders Association here. Hello, sir. Thank you for speaking to us. President Mahama has been duly sworn in. You heard him speak to the nation For you as a business person, what was the major takeaway for you?
Practically, he just said in his own words that Ghana is open for business, and it's going to make sure the tax rates are going to be looked at drastically. That will open up the space. The only thing we want to add up again is the rates for tax, for duty purposes, should definitely be marked, like maintained for 3 months quarterly, so that businessmen can plan.
I was very excited when he recognized the role, especially played by the former vice president, in bringing peace and tranquility in his early acceptance of the result, even though counting was not over. That is a symbol of maturity, a symbol of peace, a symbol of togetherness, and I was impressed that the president recognized that.
Take this opportunity to congratulate President John Dramani Mahama and Her Excellency Vice President Jenana Opoku Ajiman, the female pace setter. Mama, congratulations.
Despite the heated presidential and parliamentary elections, some residents in Kumasi have expressed confidence in the democratic processes of the country following the peaceful change of power. Our Ashanti Regional Correspondent Doris Lonta reports.
While some residents traveled to Accra to witness the inauguration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for his second term, others stayed back, closely monitoring the events through various media channels. For many, the peaceful transition and well-executed inauguration ceremony highlighted the strength of Ghana's democracy. However, they called on the president to fulfill his campaign promises, particularly prioritizing development in the Ashanti region.
Those who even went there, one of my friends was even telling me that some traveled from here to Accra, but they were not even on the grounds to see what was happening. But we monitoring from the house, we could see everything, and we were really happy to see it as like what was happening. We were really happy. The speculation was that hoodlums will be charged to come and distract the process, but you can see that never happened, due to the level of security that was placed there. The speeches His Excellency John Dramani Mahama delivered were that of hope, inspiration and development for Ghana as a whole.
As you can see from the environment, those who are here, yes, we don't know the euphoria, and then people are motivated by different circumstances. Somebody want to be in an open environment to celebrate. But yes, those of us who are monitoring from the ground, we are okay, and we are very happy. We are just in as equal pace as our colleagues in Accra.
Mary Manu, a Kumasi resident, expressed the joy over Ghana's historic milestone of appointing its first female vice president. She urged the vice president to focus on empowering women and championing policies that address their unique challenges.
Vas for free tea bumpire the bumpire can say obey the what a bobia washibia will be diswamay. We have the mission say Obebuama, the echo subia say a tonkoramona say or you obey the Obebuaye. Eyi sani many in a free home mamma. Any my brain brain or babuaye.
While some traveled to Accra to be part of the inauguration ceremony, others monitored the event from their homes and offices. Interestingly, those who followed the event remotely said they had a better experience than those who traveled to the country's capital. Reporting for ChannelOne News, I'm Doris Lonta, Ashanti Region.
Now, some residents of Abeka have taken to the streets burning ties in protest of the swearing-in of Patrick Boama as the Member of Parliament for Okankwe Central. My colleague Jeffrey Fifi Annan visited the community and filed this report.
The Okankwe Central constituency has been at the center of contention following the December 7 elections. Initial disturbances at the constituency's collation center led the Electoral Commission to call for a recollation. The National Democratic Congress parliamentary candidate was declared MP-elect after results from 2/3 of the total 141 polling stations were considered. However, the EC nullified the declaration and Patrick Bawku of the New Patriotic Party was subsequently declared the winner after a second recollation exercise. Following a mandamus application by the NDC, Patrick Bawku was stripped of his MP-elect position until the court ordered the EC to recollate the results of the disputed constituencies. After this exercise, Patrick Bawku was finally sworn in as MP for the Okankwe Central constituency. On Tuesday, some residents of Abeka took to the streets to protest his swearing in, burning car tires and obstructing traffic along the Abeka stretch.
And you on James said it can win it. And to on TSA, Okankwe Central, no Baba Sadiq, no MP.
It's two things. Either they put Baba Sadiq back as MP for us, or they bring us a rerun election for Okankwe Central.
A fire truck dispatched to extinguish the flames was vandalized by protesters, forcing the personnel to retreat. The assembly member of the area expressed concerns about an alleged stay of execution served to the clerk of parliament.
You can see, you can't say stay of execution, and you come back clerk of parliament. Yes, still no, you swap woman, which means that Bibi Fishibi and Kofu. Baba Sadiq was the first person to be declared. There is nothing like recollation in the constitution. We want that to happen. Baba Sadiq verdict, and he should go to court. Mandate it can never be stolen from Baba.
Protesters also marched to the residence of Baba Sadiq, who was unavailable at the time. A closed-door engagement with the constituency's party leadership eventually calmed tensions, though some supporters remained displeased.
Monfa Nkrawe and Fama National Force, free Okankwe Central, politics view. Because yen tuaba and I say yen bre, yemu bebre yakoku, yeni nipa bebre and kasa because of idea way.
The assembly member revealed plans to escalate the matter to the national leadership of the party.
Tomorrow, we are storming Okankwe Central's NDC office to showcase it to the executive that look, they've truly disappointed us. Since yesterday night till now, no NDC member has even approached the constituent to even tell us something.
For these NDC supporters, they will go any length to make sure Abubakar Sadiq of the NDC is declared member of parliament for the Okankwe Central constituency, despite Patrick Bawku having been sworn in as member of parliament for the Okankwe Central constituency. Today, they have protested, calling on the powers that be to declare Abubakar Sadiq of the NDC as member of parliament for the constituency. For ChannelOne News, my name is Jeffrey Viviana.
You are still watching the ChannelOne newsroom here on ChannelOne TV. Still to come. Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana threatens industrial action following the alleged forceful ejection of its members from their official residences in Accra. Please stay with us. The ChannelOne newsroom will be back in a jiffy.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Merchant furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashform store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashform, feel it, know it.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
The Civil and Local Government Staff Association is threatening industrial action following the alleged forceful ejection of some of its members from their residences by unknown men here in Accra. My colleague Fauzi Masaudo visited the area and filed the following report.
The UNDP residence in Cantonment Accra has for years been home to Ghanaian civil servants. It has served as a hub for families and a refuge for workers contributing to the nation's governance structure. However, the atmosphere is now fraught with fear and uncertainty as residents report incidents of intimidation by armed thugs allegedly attempting to evict them forcefully. Paulina Eje, not her real name, a resident for over a decade, recounted the traumatic experience during the invasion.
Yesterday, around 3, I went to town. When I came back, the place was like this. So, but the day before, there were some guys who came here that we should move out from the place. And the following morning, they came that they asked us to pack up. We did not pack. What are we waiting for? Then I left to town. So when I came back, the place was like this. Even my small girl, she was asleep. Since then, she was not talking.
So she's traumatized?
Yes. Crying so much.
It's 7th January, a holiday, but definitely not a pleasant one for workers occupying the UNDP flat here in Accra. That's because the residents attacked last night by some, persons believed to be political hoodlums. And this is one of the rooms. Ordinarily, you would see this room, fully furnished, but we understand that the place is virtually empty as a result of the attack by these political hoodlums. Tiptoeing carefully past shattered liver blades, we observed the damage caused by the attackers. Residents, shaken by the event, fear it may happen again. Do you fear they would return?
By all means, because what they said, they will come back. I know they will come back.
Amidst rising concerns, CLOGSAG leadership has issued a strong warning threatening industrial action if authorities fail to address the situation promptly.
At this time, they should have cordoned off these areas, give them police protection. But so far, nothing has been done. That's why we are calling on the SGD as a matter of urgency. Give them protection. Or else we'll advise ourselves. What could that advice be? Or else we'll lay down rules. You cannot work in certain environments.
Meanwhile, other residences in Roman Rage, Laboni, and Kuku Hill in Osu have also reportedly come under attack by the armed men, according to CLOGSAG. What is seen in your shot are the excesses of the attack perpetrated allegedly by some armed men here at the UNDP flat in Accra, which is largely occupied by workers under CLOGSAG. Reporting for ChannelOne News, Fauzi Masaudo, Accra.
You are watching the ChannelOne newsroom here on ChannelOne TV. 9 more stories.
The statue of the Executive Director of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO COP Sewua Adodankwa, has reportedly been vandalized. Reports indicate that the incident occurred around 11:30 a.m. on Tuesday when unidentified individuals stormed the EOCO premises and defaced the statue. Despite the presence of 2 officers at the scene, they were reportedly unable to prevent the act of vandalism. The statue, which has been a subject of public controversy since its unveiling in October 2024, was commissioned by EOCO staff to honor the executive director. The surrounding area was named Obatampa Tiwa Gardens in her honor. The incident has sparked mixed reactions on social media, with the news quickly going viral. Some users expressed outrage over the act, while others reignited debate surrounding the appropriateness of erecting the statue in the first place.
Fire engulfed the Tamale timber market on Monday night, destroying valuables and leaving traders in despair. Our Northern Regional correspondent Shawana Yusuf visited the scene and reports.
Some major shops at the Abuabu Timber Market in Tamale were destroyed in a 3-hour-long fire that struck the area at about 10 p.m. Monday night. The Tamale Timber Market, which plays a crucial role in the region's economy by serving as a hub for woodworkers, furniture makers, and other artisans, saw 12 shops, a mosque, and other 5 trees razed down by the unfortunate incident. Speaking to some shop owners, they recounted the devastating losses caused by the fire, calling for support to help recover from the damages.
All is gone, including the doors that they asked us to make. We made some wood here, some doors here, all is bent. Now we don't know how to do. So just see what is happening. So it's their choice for them to see how maybe they can help us to redo the work for them, or should, in case they say we should manufacture their own for them, then unless we seek for help for some people to help us to do it for them.
There are a lot of things that has been burned, and right now we are short of words. We are urging to the government or anyone who needs to help, they should come out and help us. We are pleading to the people of Ghana, precisely Tamale and everywhere of Ghana. We are urging that they should come out their number to look into us. In this 2025, a lot of outbreak has been happening, and there are a lot of things that has been damaged. So right now, as we are speaking, they can see how the burn is. So we are urging to the people to help us.
The Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service in the Northern Region, ADO2 Hudu Baba, detailed the challenges faced by firefighters in combating the blaze. According to him, although they arrived at the scene promptly with a fully loaded tanker, the extent of the fire depleted their water supply, leaving them with no source of water to control the situation.
The challenge we actually had was a water situation. Everybody knows that water is the weapon of the Ghana National Fire Service. In this situation, it was a huge challenge. To understand, we have to spend more hours there because water was not readily available and accessible to the firefighters to augment the supply and then subsequent firefighting.
ADO2 Hudu Baba further revealed that the region has recorded an alarming increase in fire outbreak during this Harmattan season. He called on residents to adhere to safety measures to help prevent the numerous fire outbreaks recorded in the region.
Anytime we are leaving our homes, we should ensure that our electrical gadgets, all the appliances, are switched off and unplugged. The kitchen should be checked before we leave the home to ensure that nothing is left on fire, and also ensure that there's no any gas leakage at the workplace, your office, the market, wherever you deal with fire or electricity. Ensure that everything is off before you leave the premises.
individuals who were mostly hit by this unfortunate incident are calling for philanthropists and individuals to come to their aid. For Channel One News, my name is Shawana Yusuf, reporting from Tamale in the Northern region.
This is still the Channel One newsroom here on Channel One TV. Still ahead. There's currently no activity as the recently inaugurated 250-bed capacity Sewua Hospital in the Ashanti region. Please don't go away. We'll be back in a moment.
Menya bema opese oyeme huandie. Congratulations. Me are very, very okay.
Serifie acha.
Osidi.
Medibole.
Akwata benya krasa ufie popo weningwa fie wate. Ate siripa ne so aware no. Emma to ne, Emma to snap socket. Trust by blood.
Get ready for a day of gratitude and nostalgia at the Swesco Annual All-Year Group's Thanksgiving and Remembrance Service. Join us on Sunday, January 19th, 2025 at the ICGC Christ Temple, Aboseokai in Accra at 2 p.m. The service will also mark the launch of the 66th anniversary celebrations of Swesco. Wear your Swesco cloth and be part of this special gathering. Contact your year group president for further details. Let's make this a day to remember. See you there.
Welcome back to the Channel One newsroom. Let's do some more stories now. 2 people have been confirmed dead and several others injured following an attack by gunmen on travelers in Bawku. Now, the travelers were on their way to Bogatanga when they were ambushed by these unknown assailants. Our Upper East Regional correspondent Ibrahim Abode reports.
The Bawku conflict appears to have reignited after a brief period of calm over the past 2 weeks. On Sunday, a young man named Ubedu from Patselmi, a suburb of Bawku, was ambushed and killed while traveling to another part of the town. The following day, travelers heading from Bogatanga to Bawku were attacked by gunmen who ambushed their buses, resulting in the deaths of 2 individuals and injuries to 3 others. The deceased have been buried according to Islamic customs, whilst the injured are receiving treatment at the Bawku Presbyterian Hospital. On Tuesday night, another unidentified individual was found dead near the Mother Teresa Educational Center, adding to the rising casualties. Despite the enforcement of a dawn-to-dusk curfew, gunmen continue to launch attacks, leaving residents fearful amid the renewed violence.
There's currently no activity as the recently inaugurated 250-bed capacity Sewua Hospital in the Ashanti region. Now, this hospital has generated controversy following President Akufo-Addo's inauguration of the project. Our bureau chief for the Middle Belt, Hafiz Tijani, visited the site and filed this report.
This is the outpatient department, OPD for short, the first port of call for patients visiting any hospital. Now, on a normal day, the OPD is open to patients, but here at the Sewua Hospital, it is not the case because the place is locked. This was after President Akufo-Addo on Saturday led a delegation to inaugurate this facility. Opening this facility means it is going to be operational, but it is not the case on a Monday when you expect some patients to be coming in to seek health care. The Sewua Hospital will serve as the Ashanti Regional Hospital, which is a 250-bed capacity hospital. This facility has missed completion deadlines, several completion deadlines by authorities. But on Saturday, President Akufo-Addo was here with delegation from the party to commission or inaugurate this facility. But there's no activity here. We are here on a tour of this facility to give you the current state of the Sewua hospital. So this leads to the intensive care unit of the hospital and other essential facilities here at the hospital. So here at the intensive care unit you have, obviously there's no electricity here and this place is so dark. The beds that have been arranged here, the hospital beds that have been arranged here are still not fixed and obviously not in use, although we are told this facility has been commissioned.
Two major issues are delaying the hospital's operationalization, the poor road network leading to the facility, and the lack of power supply. In the Sewua community, the move has become a heated topic of discussion, with residents expressing displeasure.
Na yaresabe omo ka se ben die ye hunu so ye ya kwan kra titru enye eti yesro omo se yaresabe na omo bi ni die ya mpreso na omo kra se mebi so eho nyina nye
ekwan na na mboaye ebi wo ho aye ko adwuma kra na ye ba ye ho chire enti ade echi kra na wo be ko adwuma na adane adwendwe ama enti ekwan na and even kra hospital no mo ebie kra say obi ba hospital kra na and am say ekwan ni nya futu no kra akọ ni mu kra obesa yare asa account.
Assembly member for the area says inaugurating the project without involving the community is a total disrespect to the people of Sewua.
Obia bofu because of say yana japade no and the sense the mobile yana yenti nananum ede asasana ma ban kwa but ye bebie no me hu sese wiani bi ko ho nananum anko ho asem ba me man ko ho enti ebufo de omobofu na ajelim guase so na ma omagwe ni masepa.
This facility is expected to ease pressure on the Konfanoti Teaching Hospital. For residents of Sewua, all outstanding issues that will further delay the operationalization of this hospital must be addressed by the authorities. Hafiz Tijani, ChannelOne News, Sewua, Ashanti Region.
It's been nearly a week since fuel shortage hit Bimbilla in the northern region. All 5 fuel stations in the community have run out of fuel, forcing residents to scramble for any supply available. Our northern regional correspondent, Mohammed Aminu Alabira, reports.
For the past several days, life in Bimbilla has been tough as residents struggle to secure fuel for transportation. The town has about 5 to 6 fuel stations, but none currently have petrol. The shortage has created frustrations among residents, many of whom rush to buy whatever little fuel becomes available. Motorcycles, the primary mode of transport in the area, has been abandoned by many due to the unavailability of fuel. While the exact cause of the shortage remains unclear, fuel stations managers have attributed it to the holidays season, explaining that tankers have not been able to load fuel from the depots. Some residents have shared their struggles with ChannelOne, highlighting the adverse effect of the fuel shortage on their daily lives.
It's running for even more than a week. This is the only share that has fuel. And it's also getting to that so finished. We have about 5 fuel stations, 5 to 6 fuel stations in town. But it's currently just the only fuel station that has fuel. As you can see, there's pressure on petrol side, that's the super. But for diesel, I think there isn't shortage.
it deserves us a lot because it is not easy. Almost 5 days now, especially Bimbila, we don't get it easy. I'm telling you. So I don't know. Even some park their motors and vehicles long time, but this time is somehow management. We are managing it. So actually we suffer a lot because of the shortage of the fuel.
At Hamdaway fuel station, a recent delivery of fuel sparked a rush of customers, overwhelming staff. Meanwhile, operators at other fuel stations have resorted to selling fuel in bottles to meet the demand. A fuel attendant at one station spoke to ChannelOne News about the situation.
I mean, there's no fuel in town, so it's forced for you to buy because without this, you can't ride your motorbike. Sometimes we go far away from town, like Bandaya, and then Kaza, Sarga, and Yendi. Usually that's where we used to get. It's like the holidays. What we hear from what we just heard is that the holidays, the Christmas and the New Year holidays, is the cause of the shortage because the workers there, they are on break.
At this point, it is uncertain when the fuel supply in Bimbila will normalize. However, station operators remain hopeful that the situation will improve soon, possibly early as tomorrow.
There have been shortage of fuel for the past days here in Bimbila. And as you can see behind me, the attendants, they have also, they have gone somewhere to buy fuel in jerrycans to resell. They told me this is sold for 10 cedis here in Bimbila, and that one 30 cedis. And as you can see, how long can this one take you? So from Bimbila here, Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira reporting for ChannelOne News.
This is still the ChannelOne newsroom on ChannelOne TV. Up next is CNR Business with Nashika Caesar.
CNR Business is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
Hello and welcome to CNR Business, proudly brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Now, some players in the financial space are optimistic about a boost in investor confidence following the official swearing-in of President John Mahama as Ghana's 6th president. In his inaugural address, President Mahama reaffirmed his commitment to revitalizing the economy with a focus on building resilience in critical sectors. Emmanuel Opong has more in the following report.
The first 120 days of President Mahama's administration is anticipated to spark optimism for growth in the financial sector. During his inaugural address in Accra, President Mahama pledged to prioritize economic revitalization and build resilience in key sectors to drive sustainable growth. Outlining measures to boost the business climate, he assured investors that Ghana is open to business.
To the business leaders and entrepreneurs, I invite you to support this new model and join me in shaping a business environment where creativity thrives and where the fruits of your investment contribute to the collective welfare of our nation. Your role in driving our economy forward cannot be overstated. Your innovation and dedication will be a backbone of our success story. And I pledge to you that we would look at the tax regime and rationalize them so that they are more transparent and fair. Members of the business community, I assure you, Ghana is open for business again.
Commenting on the president's calls, the Chief Executive Officer of Delex Finance, Joe Jackson, described the calls as reassuring.
With the new government, there's going to be a burst of positive sentiment. I liken it to an EPL team, the English Premier League team, that has changed coaches. The same players seem to play better, and there's some sort of rebound when you change coaches, right? There's going to be that rebound. That sentiment is good. That sentiment is important. And it will be good for us to use that sentiment to say, listen, we are open for business. Things are tough, but we are prepared to work with you. I agree with that. It's not too early. It's good time to work with that sentiment and the geopolitical benefit that comes to Ghana to say, let's do business.
Now that the new administration has fully taken over for stakeholders within the financial ecosystem, they will be watching closely how tangible actions will help transform the economy. For CNR Business, I am Emmanuel Opon.
Now, fuel prices have seen a marginal increase in the first pricing window of January 2025, causing concerns among consumers and stakeholders. State-owned oil marketing company GOIL adjusted its prices upward effective January 2, with petrol, which was sold at 14 cedis 75 pesos per litre in the second pricing window of December 2024, now selling at 14 cedis 99 pesos per litre. There's more in the following report by Daniel Sakiti.
The adjustments come at a time when Ghanaians are grappling with economic pressures associated with fuel price hikes. This is because fuel price increments tend to have a rippling effect on the economy, influencing transportation costs, food prices, and overall inflation. Total Energies has also adjusted its fuel prices. Petrol, which was sold at 15 cedis 30 pesos per litre as of 20th December 2024, is now priced at 15 cedis 50 pesos per litre. Similarly, the price of diesel has increased from 15 cedis 80 pesos per litre to 15 cedis 99 pesos per litre. In contrast, other oil marketing companies, including Star Oil and Shell, have maintained their prices from the second pricing window of December 2024. Star Oil continues to sell petrol at 14 cedis 75 pesos per litre and diesel at 14 cedis 99 pesos per litre. Meanwhile, Shell's prices remain at 15 cedis 30 pesos per litre for petrol and 15 cedis 66 pesos per litre for diesel. The issue of fuel pricing is expected to be a significant focus of the John Mahama-led administration, which has officially taken office. Stakeholders in the energy sector have in the past called on the government to prioritize measures to stabilize fuel prices, given their widespread impact on various sectors of the economy.
As the nation looks forward to the new administration's economic policies, citizens are hopeful measures will be taken to address the rising cost of fuel. For CNR Business, my name is Daniel Sakiti.
And that's all for CNR Business, proudly brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your time.
CNR Business was brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is, I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Chale, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay, and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
And that'll be all for the Channel One newsroom here on Channel One TV. Do visit our website, channelOnenews.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. My name is Charles Ozukuni. Thank you for watching.
Get ready for a day of gratitude and nostalgia at the Swesco Annual All-Year Group's Thanksgiving and Remembrance Service. Join us on Sunday, January 19th, 2025 at the ICGC Christ Temple at Boseokai in Accra at 2 p.m. The service will also mark the launch of the 66th anniversary celebrations of Swesco. Wear your Swesco cloth and be part of this special gathering. Contact your year group president for further details. Let's make this a day to remember. See you there.
Menya bema opese oyeme huandie.
Congratulations.
Me are very, very okay.
Sophia Cha.
Osidi.
Medibone.
Akwata binya krasa ufie popo weningwa ya wate. Ade silipa ne so aware no. Emma funne, Emma funna socket. Trust by blood.
Hello, are you ready for a show that the whole family can enjoy? Join us on our fun educational adventures as we discover interesting places, meet amazing people like a pilot, a soap maker, a chocolate maker, and more. That's not all. You will learn about our culture, explore musical instruments, symbols, and cloth, learn all about kente, gather around and listen to our folk tales and discover the interesting history behind our stories.
Wow, this show is really informative.
Yeah. We'll also have fun experiments, whoa, and lots of art activities.
Look at my spider.
So beautiful.
You definitely don't want to miss the Wonder Space Show with Miss Natalie.
Wonder Space.
Watch the Wonder Space Show on Saturdays at 12 noon only on ChannelOne TV.
Life is a celebration of moments.
Big
and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
And orange. Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Paying for your Showmax is easy. Just choose your preferred payment method from these easy and convenient options. MTN Momo, Visa or MasterCard, Showmax vouchers at DSTV or GoTV sales agents, or use a promo code. Enter your payment details and hit submit. Showmax. Pay easy, stream easy.
Akusio there again, engaging Julius Debra earlier, and then of course Chairman Adekoka, former NDC Greater Accra Regional Chairman there. So back in studio, we're going to be looking at some of the things that the President-elect, who is of course the reason why we're seated here this morning, because today happens to be his swearing in and inauguration. We're going to be looking at some of the things that he has said he will do. He has promised to hit the grounds running, and of course there is evidence to that fact, as we have seen him name a number of people into key positions in his government. Of course, these appointments were scheduled to take effect today, the 7th of January. I'll give you a quick list of the appointees as they were named by John Dramani Mahama, and then Caleb can bring us some of the things that he has said he will do in the nearest possible time. So this is a list of the appointees as announced by John Dramani Mahama through his spokesperson and aide, Felix Kwachi Ofosu.
Right.
One, you have Dr. Callistus Mahama, who will become the executive secretary to the president. You have Prosper Douglas Bani, head of interim security task force. There's Dr. Valerie Sawyer, senior presidential advisor on governmental affairs. Augustus Guzi Tano. And it's interesting, earlier I was watching the inauguration of John Ajekun Kufuor on 7 January 2001.
That's right.
And you should have seen a younger Guzi Tano sporting an afro,
very charismatic,
well trained, well shaped. Oh boy.
Giving you the rolling vibes,
Oh boy. So Augustus Guzi Tano has been appointed to serve as presidential advisor responsible for 24-hour economy and accelerated export development. Then there's Marietta Ajewa Brew, legal counsel to the president. And then you have the Honorable Felix Kwachi Ofosu, acting spokesperson to the president. Now let's look at some of the things that John Dramani has said.
So today is 7th January, right?
Yes, it is.
So if I add 14 to 7, that's like what? 21?
21.
So that should bring us to like 24th of January.
Yes.
By 24th of this month, we should all expect that President Mahama has nominated a complete list of his cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval should be out. So by the time this month comes to an end, it was like 24th. By 24th of this month, we should be expecting the list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. And that's a lot of pressure on President Mahama, but he has created this. We are anticipating it because in his social contract with us, he's promised us that within the first 14 days, we're going to know all his cabinet ministers. Now, by that time, we should also know within the 90 days, that should be by end of March, we should know that he would have constituted what he describes as the leanest, most efficient government under the Fourth Republic. By the end of March, we should know this. And then it will come with an established code of conduct and standards for all government appointees or officials. So by the end of his first 90 days, we all will know how his government officials will be behaving, how they'll be conducting themselves in public and outside public. We should get to know that. Very interesting promise. Now, he will hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget. So by this time, all broad consultations would have been done. They would have gone through the books, handing over, and his appointees would have acclimatized themselves with the reality of the kitty of the nation, and it would have made us know how the state of the economy is looking like. And then there will be a national economic dialogue to discuss the true state. We've said that. Now, within the first 90 days in office, also. If I'm sending you Momo, oh no, let me do it the other way around.
No, you are sending me Momo. You are sending me Momo.
To go by April, if you're sending me Momo, I mean, you will not feel any, pinch. Say you want to send me some 2,000 Ghana cedi, you're not going to feel any Momo. E-levy will be scrapped by the first 90 days. Again, there's an overwhelming majority in Parliament, so we are not expecting any excuse whatsoever. If I'm sending my tithes for Easter convention, I'm not expecting what has been happening in the past couple of years, because John Mahama's promise and his social contract is that e-levy would have been abolished, COVID-19 levy would be gone, 10%,
on the betting
for investors.
Oh, the investors,
recreational investors
and commercial investors.
If you are a recreational investor, by March, if you have some wins, you should be sure that your 10% betting win that has been taken, you're going to have all of that. And then the emissions levy we've been paying to would have been gone. And then within the first 90 days in office, there should be a review of taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes.
Awesome.
So I went to Abuso too early. Because some of the parts that I've been paying for by April, man, the whole of Christmas, Charlie, I bled. So by Easter, if you're going to Abuso per the promises of John Mahama, if that is anything to go by, there will be taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported would have been abolished. Agricultural equipment too, the taxes on same will be gone. And then quickly, there will be the commencement of drafting needed for legal amendments and then preparation for implementation of the 24-hour economy under the office of the president. Already we know who will be manning that, giving you a sense of the urgency that the government will be attaching to the 24-hour economy. There will be the establishment of the Accelerated Export Development Council. This will be to promote exports as part of a broader strategy for economic transformation.
Yes, and same will be under the supervision of Augustus Lusitano.
Absolutely. And then there will be another convening. This time, it will be a national consultative conference on education to build consensus on needed improvements to the sector. And you can be sure that free SHS will be big under this one. And then there will be the implementation of no academic fee policy for all first-year students in public tertiary institutions. This is implementational. Just 90 days.
Such a huge tax, a lot of responsibility, expectations high. But let me welcome Larry to the studio, and of course, the Larry Dogbe, the Larry Dogbe, editor for the Herald newspaper, and then, of course, we love the Herald newspaper.
Where's Yao? Yao will be joining you soon. He did a night shift in a 24-hour program.
24-hour economy.
He's programming.
He started. He ran the night shift, so we are taking over the day shift. But he will be here.
Very soon.
I'm waiting for you.
Yes, but welcome.
Thank you too.
Good to have you. I think it's the first time I'm seeing you this year.
I think so too.
Happy New Year to you.
Many happy returns.
Yeah. All right. So earlier, we put out the list of the appointments made by John Dramani Mahama, which will include Dr. Callistus Mahama, Executive Secretary to the President, Prosper Douglas Bani, Head of Interim Security Task Force, Dr. Valerie Sawyer, Senior Presidential Advisor on Governmental Affairs, Augustus Guzi Tano, Presidential Advisor responsible for the 24-hour economy and accelerated export development, Marietta Ejewa Brew, Legal Counsel to the President, and then Honorable Felix Kwachio Fosu, acting spokesperson to the President. These appointments made by John Mahama, of course, giving credence to his desire to hit the grounds running, and of course his promise to deliver certain things within first 14 days, first 90 days, first 100 days. But this first appointment that he has made, what do you make of the personalities in there?
Thank you, and then good morning to our viewers and then our listeners, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're live on radio 97.3 City FM.
Let me put it this way: it's not as these are people that we already know.
Yeah,
it's not unexpected. Now, before the president is inaugurated, you need something like a skeletal staff,
right?
That he has to, exactly, who prepare a way for him to assume office. You get it? Right. And so I think Akufo-Addo did a similar thing, and then President Mills, also tried did something like that. So you appoint chief of staff, you have what you call let's say executive secretary. You also have the national security coordinator, and all these guys are in the interim. Now, when you take over fully, sometimes they pretend to or not, they are up to the task. Okay. Correct. Some are maintained, others are reviewed. I think right from here we might also hear people who have been giving, let's say, interim ministerial appointments, sort of, not necessarily designated.
Yes.
Tufo and I were discussing whether we have a president assistant now, because we've not inaugurated John Mahama yet, and the president's tenure technically ended last night.
So this don't.
So this done. So who's in charge of the nation?
But none of them, neither the speaker nor the chief justice has taken the presidential oath.
Right.
So they cannot act in place of
No, I don't think so. But the assumption
so who's running the government now?
There's a system.
Right.
There's a system.
But the figurehead except that,
you don't know.
And that's why it was important that the Presidential Transitions Act was formulated to, oversee some of this. So there's a team in place.
So there's no vacuum.
So that there's no vacuum. It's just like the dissolution of the Parliament. Parliament stood dissolved yesterday, but then it was effective midnight. So in the event of any emergency, the 8th Parliament could have been recalled to attend to that emergency prior to the swearing in of the 9th
But as we speak now, we have a parliament.
We have
a speaker. So that is more like an institution that is, or that.
But we don't have a president. No. We don't have a vice president.
No, we don't.
Right.
No, but there's a system working. If you like, try it.
Yeah, of course.
You can test it, but
try it and see.
Misbehaving.
Let's go briefly to the Black Star Square. I understand Makosia Ocho is currently engaging Dr. Edward Omanibuama.
Confidence, enormous confidence in the leadership of experience, of vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And it is sad that President Akufo-Addo, former President Akufo-Addo, could allow governance to deteriorate to this level. The level of institutional decay that we have experienced over the past 8 years just blows my mind. But there is hope. And I believe that the resounding victory that Ghanaians return to the NDC. Ghanaians have a lot of confidence in the NDC. But that is also a signal to us that we must serve the people well. We must serve the people in absolute humility. We must be truthful to the people. When the people say they are suffering, accept it and try to resolve it. And as you are resolving it, let them know the difficulties that we are going through. But don't just wash away their suffering. Let's face it, pensioners, people above 60, had their investments blown away in the name of debt exchange. Not even demonstrations, picketing by pensioners, by a whole former CJ could let this government have a change of heart. That was worrying. We've seen the level of clearing of corrupt appointees that has taken place under this administration. Fortunately, President Mahama has done it before. He's on record to have prosecuted his own when his own do the wrong thing. He's definitely coming back with much more experience. His vision is more laser sharper now than it was 8 years ago. And you can trust that he will reset our country. The 24-hour economy will take place, it will be implemented. And that is why, if you observe, his major appointments that take effect are today, no mean a person, and Augustus Buzitano is the one who is going to spearhead the 24-hour economy program.
A lot of people have said, not to interrupt, but a lot of people have said that now the 24-hour economy policy is dying off. We're seeing more of the oral, the holding government accountable and all of that. Is that the position of the John Mahama administration, that we are going to shelve the 24-hour economy?
I believe anyone who ever thought so, the appointment yesterday and a clear indication of who is going to be in charge should gladden those people their hearts, that this is a president who promises and delivers on his promise. He's putting Augustus Buzitano, and if you know Guzi, sharp mind, razor sharp mind, not just a sharp mind, a razor sharp mind, impeccable credibility. He's a person who is going to be in charge, and I believe the John Mahama Nana Jeopukwajiman presidency signals a restoration of dignity and integrity to the presidency, and that is where the 24-hour economy will be activated from.
Like body cams. You're speaking about razor sharp minds. A lot of people have commended you for the good job that you did during the elections, and still that you. I can't say we did. So you, the NDC did, and particularly your expertise in the health sector. Is that to say that they are pushing you for, some appointments in the health ministry? Do you look forward to that?
I don't think so. I will be absolutely surprised. People should disabuse their minds. Perhaps it's because I'm a medical doctor, I'm a health policy planning and financing person. But I've been with President Mahama for a very long time. I do not believe it's on his mind. And it is something that if I'm asked, I'll turn it down.
You turn down the health ministry appointment?
It is something, if I'm asked, I'll turn it down.
So which of the positions are you looking for?
I don't know.
I mean, you should have a favorite.
Activate your body camera.
So that is Dr. Edward Omanebwama. I've already spoken to Joyce Bawa-Muktari, who is Mahama, Director of Elections, Dr. Edward Omanebwama. I'm also seeing here Dr. Kwabena, former Finance Minister, as well as who was also a flag bearer in the 2020 NDC primary race. Hello, Dr. Kwabena Dufo. This is my 5th time meeting you. Congratulations. I should be saying congratulations to myself.
Thank you very much, my dear. Congratulations to you too. We have all won. This is not problem.
Thank you so much. Today is a big day for the NDC, John Mahama and the team. How do you, as an individual, feel about today's ceremony and the fact that that John Mahama is going to be president from today, January 7th?
It's our new independence, freedom for all Ghanaians.
When you say real independence, what do you mean?
We are going to experience opportunities for all, not for any few individuals. Okay, you understand?
Yes.
Freedom means freedom and justice. There will be justice for every, no matter your background. So we have freedom and justice, real.
When you say freedom and justice, today is Independence Day for the National Democratic Congress. What really are you freeing yourself from? Is it from hardship, or what really do you mean?
freedom to do whatever you want to do as an individual. You understand? And you will be protected by the courts too. So freedom and justice. That's the meaning. That's why we are here.
Are you looking forward to returning to the Ministry of Finance? Because you have been very hard on this government, the outgoing government, their financial policies, fiscal policies and all of that. Do you think that you'll be the right person to come back to the Finance Ministry to reset to the ministry as you put it?
Well, the NDC, we have so many economists. Fantastic ones. So we have young people who will be supported to run the ministry. There shouldn't be any problem at all.
So you don't think that you would want to serve in that ministry?
We will advise. We should be at the back to advise the young people. Experience means what? Give the experience to younger ones to also grow, to have the experience you have. So we will do that.
Which appointment really are you looking forward to? You have served in the party for a very long time, and this will be a time to say it's a legacy time for Dr. Dufour.
They are here for the inauguration, not for appointments. Okay, so let's complete this today. Okay. Inauguration, not appointments.
Thank you so much. So that is Dr. Kwabena Dufour, who is the Finance Minister. Oh, these people go to white. Hello.
Well, Akusia Ochre there engaging with the dignitaries of the National Democratic Congress. Now, I mean, if you are not under this particular,
the pergola,
this pergola or canopy or tent or marquee or whatever it is, I'm not sure where you are.
But don't forget that pergola is also in the interim.
It's also in the interim. Everything is in the interim. Yeah.
So it could be dismantled any day, anytime, you know.
Yeah,
so I mean, but before we came,
my conversation about who is in charge now, because Parliament was dissolved, reconstituted 9th Parliament, but the President and the Vice President's tenure end as at dawn today. So who is in charge? That's the question I was asking. I was wondering whether the Speaker then is in charge, because he has been, as it were, sworn into office. He's taking his oath. So is he the one occupying, so that there's no vacuum?
Maybe we have to look at the Transition Act.
Perhaps, but I feel that once he has taken the oath of office, there's no vacuum, there's no power vacuum, because then he acts as president until president-elect takes his own oath of office and then assumes authority as president of the republic.
That should answer. That should answer it.
But
I mean, those who are conversant with the transition act,
the legal brains can send us messages so that.
But I was going to make references to what Caleb talked about the taxes.
Tell me about it. By April, we are expecting that challenge. If you send me Momo for
if you send me Momo.
No, let me change it. No, you. The thing was you who send the Momo. Or if we go to Abose or Kai for spare parts, we are not supposed to be seeing taxes on automobile vehicles or their parts, or agricultural machinery and their parts. That's what Mahama has promised in his first 90 days.
You know, the strange thing is this: he can repeal all those taxes.
Yes.
But
GRA.
But would the Abosokan people really, comply?
That's the next one.
You get it?
That's the next
one. So very often we've seen a lot of those things.
Well, that's why we are reminding ourselves.
No, but then the excuse that comes is that, you know something, we bought the thing on the old price.
Because that's the problem with this country. When things go up and there's a reduction,
it never comes down.
It never reflects.
They said we've stocked up. This is old stock, so this must finish, and then we have to get.
And the old stock it never runs out.
Oh man, this situation.
I mean, it's serious. It's serious.
You know. I mean, but then the bet task, then the COVID.
Hold it for me. Akusua is engaging Alex Segbefia now. Let's hear what he also has to say.
We've once again proved that when it matters, we can and become. At this moment, everybody should be proud to be Ghanaian and African for that matter.
Right. So you worked hard closely with the Vice President-elect, now coming to be the Vice President, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, you were part of the campaign team that saw to it that she puts forward her messages. Do you really think that her message that she put across to women, for example, the Women Development Bank and all the Jumara projects that she talked about, was what resonated with the Ghanaian people to bring, to give her the vote and then John Mahama the vote as well?
I think it's important to know that as a political party, the NDC actually had two outstanding candidates coming forward. So by putting His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama forward first, and him sticking with Professor Nana Jane, you cannot underestimate the impact both of them had, and also equally importantly what Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman did. And it is clear that she had an enormous impact. You remember in the last election in 2020, the presidential vote moved from 4.5 million to 6 million. Yeah. And it was maintained and increased on this occasion. So it is clear that Professor Nana Jane was impactful. Central region, which is a region, Western North, the numbers and the figures there clearly demonstrate that her presence as our vice presidential candidate was impactful, and we are only grateful to God that the people of Ghana finally understood the messages that went round, and our campaign was very strategic. The type of messages that John Mahama was sending was very different from the messages, for example, that Professor Nana Jane was sending. And then we also had the party team, which was led by the chairman, Honorable Asedu Nketia. So when you look at the kind of campaign that we had, I think with hindsight, it was clear that victory was in sight. But we didn't become complacent, and that also helped to chalk the type of victory, unprecedented victory, that we have chalked to do it.
Okay, thank you so much. That is Alex Segwefia, former health minister, lead for the Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman campaign team, were garnering votes for the NDC in the 2024 elections. The overall lead for the Green Army, the NDC, the chairman of the Democratic Congress in the person of Johnson Asiedu Nketia. I've also spotted the General Secretary of the and also the national organizer of the party, Joseph Yamin, will be getting a tete-a-tete